So tell us about yourself and how you got started.
My name is Justin Williams. Born and raised in Buffalo, New York. Due to my second home being Louisville, Kentucky. I started fashion design, I want to say around 15, 16 years old. That's when I really fully wanted to take fashion design very serious. Um, I started my clothing line at 2019.
What's your brand?
So my brand is J. Lou Atelier, and the premise behind J. Lou Atelier is it's a communication through clothing for people who look like me. Um, I had I have sort of a brand mascot, which is a poison dart frog, and just like a poison dart frog, where it's only toxic when a prey or an animal that tries to prey on them tries to eat them. So I relate that to everyday life where people who look like me, we're only dangerous when you try to destroy us. So um, I started in 2019 and I started with 2 t-shirts. I wanted to uh, bring out the beginning of, the description of the mascot itself and then expound on different experiences for the whole entire brand as a whole. So,
Do you see yourself as an artist, and do you consider your brand art?
um, I do see myself as an artist. I see myself as an artist in everything I do. So, along with fashion design, photography, content curating, modeling, creative directing, I feel like grouping that all together, the only definition that aligns as an artist.
What inspires you to create?
Um, what inspires me to create is the obsession of seeing the process and wanting to know what the output would turn out to be.
What were your childhood dreams? Did you always want to be a fashion designer, or is it just something that kind of came about?
So growing up in Buffalo, New York, it was only the main things where um, you either play basketball or you play football. So, the main thing I always loved to do was play basketball. So I would say that competitive mindset that I've had as a child, I just aligned that with design.
Aside from fashion, is there any other thing that you would like to experiment with in the future?
I would love to experiment with furniture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think my love for fashion design kind of resembled with the art of interior design. So, I always seen how art on the wall, how certain chairs are made, certain love seats, couches are made. So I wanted to apply that same aesthetic to clothing. So making pretty much wearable art.
Yeah.
So that's where I think that alignment will coincide with each other like later down along the line. So that's would be one thing I want to experiment.
Where do you see your brand in the next 5 to 10 years?
5 to 10 years, I see the brand having a mainline brand, like a mainline section, and then also a diffusion line.
Tell us what a diffusion line is for the people out there that don't know.
Okay, so a diffusion line is where the main line, like the top of the brand, they make are its best materials, its best silhouettes, its best shapes,
Okay.
and then for that demographic, that's where on a high end level, they make that where price is not a
Okay.
I wouldn't necessarily say option. It's not it doesn't hinder the demographic of who's choosing that product. Where the diffusion line is where it's catering towards the people who are a step down, but also coinciding with both aesthetics of the both sides of the brand.
Who would you like to work with the most? Or collab, or if you wouldn't want to collab with anybody, why?
The person I would want to work with the most, I would say, is Dries Van Noten. So as far as on a high end scale, I wouldn't necessarily look at it as a collab. I would say just two designers just working on a specific collection where it's not a Dries times J. Lou. It's more or less this is one collective collection from two designers as a whole. So I would say definitely that would be one person I would love to work with.
What has been your favorite project today? I know what's mine.
My favorite project is the last project I did was the Bad Lover.
Okay.
Bad Lover project.
Where did you get your inspiration for this?
So the Bad Lover inspiration is it came from self-experiences along with bringing out an open dialogue. I wanted to make it a free and open dialogue for everybody to kind of think more or less than just looking at two products that's coming out and then just dropping in. That's what it is.
Yeah, because I know personally I felt attacked, nigga.
Yeah, no. So the main meaning behind it is to bring an open dialogue to everybody who sees the visual. I brought a visual out along with the still images with the visual. It's to bring an open dialogue of what does the person feel like a bad lover is.
Yeah.
And so I'm actually stretching this out all the way throughout the whole entire year to give different perspectives of what some may say is a bad lover. So, but the premise behind this whole entire drop was self, where I myself, as my early adult ages, I want to say about five, six years ago, until now, I really didn't give love a fair shot. So it was more or less of my perspective was making me be a bad lover was being selfish of my career versus, working on my craft, not worrying about, outside noises of like women or anything like that. So I considered that me, myself being a bad lover.
Do you got anything else coming from the Bad Lover collection?
So definitely, so what's coming out next is, especially for the summer, is to give a summer feel and also what another perspective of what a lot of people consider a bad lover. So because
summertime bring out a whole nother side of people.
Exactly.
I'm excited to see what you
So
got.
we're gonna align that. So really, it's coming into 3 sections of the year of what a lot of people see or deem as a bad lover. So you're gonna get 2 more perspectives of what a lot of people deem as a bad lover.
All right, well, with that being said, thank you for chopping it up with me, and yeah, I look forward to seeing more from you.
Thank you.